Yo, what is up, guys? We are back for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and it is 2:11 p.m. at the time of this recording, as you can see, right? So we are less than 6 hours out from all of the festivities, or at least some of the festivities, right? Now, maybe not all of them, but a lot of the festivities dropping on the global side of the game for the 6th year anniversary, including Tien and Roshi, 18 and Krillin. And then, of course, you can start to grind LR Master Roshi, who will Dokkan Awaken in Part 2 into an LR, right? So very, very exciting stuff. LR Master Roshi, man, that's a story for another video. He is bananas. I cannot wait to get him, Rainbow him, all of those things. He's very, very good. But let's carry on here. So why you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering, you know, Flex, I've got a few stones saved up. Is this banner that is going to be dropping, this 250 Dragonstone 66 unit multi-summon, is it worth 250 stones? And I am here to kind of walk you through it. So, everything to keep in mind about this banner you can find over here. Of course, shout out to the Dokkan Wiki as always. I hope that they are around for a long, long time. It makes our jobs incredibly easy, right? So, standard featured and unfeatured SSR rates, nothing new there. And then, of course, one guaranteed LR at the end. Definitely a downside to this banner, blue coin banner. Blue coins are wildly unuseful, just not useful at all because they never drop the type banners, right? They never, ever, they haven't dropped those since the 350 million download celebration. I'm pretty sure that is the last time we've seen them, at least on global. Or at least around that time. I think we got the Fizz banner. That was the last one with Gohan and Boo on it. That was the last one we got, and that was during the 350 million download celebration. Ridiculous, right? They need to drop those more often. But otherwise, these blue coins, basically, you can just buy Elder Kais with them. And Elder Kais are fairly, I mean, they're definitely more common than they used to be, but you know, they're still kind of hard to come by. Anyway, it's a blue coin banner, kind of a negative. It's a shame it's not a yellow or a red coin banner, obviously. But then we kind of go down, and then, of course, we know the 5% featured versus unfeatured. That means in any given slot, you have a 5% chance, or it's a 10% chance of pulling an SSR, and then of that 10% chance, it is a 50% chance to pull a featured and a 50% chance to pull an unfeatured. That's the way I look at it, at least, right? So, these featured characters, certainly, probably most of you, if you're not wailing out on this game, you probably don't have a lot of these rainbowed, especially maybe that first row and a half-ish. You probably don't have rainbowed, right? Like Zangia, Nova, they are essentially brand new banner units, right? Just several months old, so it's very possible you don't have one copy. I can tell you that you're not really missing out on much not having those two. However, Tien and then Bukalo, they are very, very good. Kibito Kai, incredibly good. Raditz is like a Super Battle Road god. And then you move on to the rest of the banner, and it's just kind of not really that good for the featured units, right? Now, why you're even summoning on this banner in the first place is this. So you can pull any one of these units unfeatured in any one of these slots, right? In slots 1 through 65, you can pull unfeatured LRs, right? So that is a very, very big draw to the banner. So it is possible that you can have a multi that has Tech Broly, Int Rose, STR Turles, and UI Goku in it. It is very, very possible. Or on the other hand, you could get, you know, a couple SSRs, a couple randos, a couple featureds, and then you could get like, you know, LR Fizz Trunks or something at the very end. LR Int Gohan, who I know, of course, now, that kind of does matter, right? So, you know, me pulling LR Int Gohan is a big time L. Because they're never going to Dokkan, or they're never going to EZA his TUR, right? So I can't do anything with Int Gohan, right? I can just feed another copy into the SSR. Same thing with Fizz Trunks. I can't do anything with him. STR Broly, can't do anything with him. So for a whale, a lot of these units are probably not useful. Just some of the newer LRs, right? Again, LR STR Turles. UI Goku, you can literally use 15 copies of, right? He starts as God, goes to blue, then goes to UI Sign. You know, Tech Broly, again, probably a lot of you don't have some of these units rainbowed, right? Like, I don't have most of these units rainbowed, right? I do have the 5 OG LRs rainbowed. So, if I pull one of those in the last slot, it's going to feel very, very bad. Or if I pull AGL Mighty Mask in the last slot, it's going to feel very, very bad, you know, but if I pull LR Turles or LR Jiren in the last slot, it's going to make me feel really, really good. So, not to like do like a cop-out thing, I'll go ahead and give my final verdict at the end of this video, but it really is going to be dependent on your box. Like, do you frequently summon on LR banners? How many stones do you have saved up? I'll tell you right now, just, you know, spoilers ahead, I guess, but like, I would say if you don't have that many stones saved up, just save them for the dual Dokkan festivals. But what I think it is important to go over is we should go over the Dokkan Festival Goku and the Dokkan Festival Vegeta banner, but kind of just like soak this in. These are the LRs. You can get essentially everything up to LR Turles. And then, of course, keep in mind the advent of the LR EZA, man. It does increase value a lot on this banner, right? So LR Fizz Trunks, you pull him at the very end, it's not going to feel super great because you're like, oh, great, you know, a 5-year-old LR or, you know, 4-year-old LR. But he's going to be getting his EZA within the next, probably, on global, probably the next 6 months, 8 months. So it'd definitely be kind of like a long-term investment. You know, AGL Majin Vegeta, man, you pull him at the very, very end, it's going to feel horrible, right? But then, of course, he gets his EZA down the line, and he's like the second best unit in the game or something like that, and it's going to feel really, really good that you have your first copy, or you have your first dupe, or you slap the Rainbow Star on him, you know. So those are things to keep in mind, of course. So what I think is going to be important, let's go over the other banners real quick, and then I'll kind of give my final verdict at the end. Okie dokie. So this is the AGL LR UI Goku banner. Now these banners have undergone some pretty heavy scrutiny lately from, you know, a lot of the community and, you know, some content creators alike, right? And I definitely I see where you're coming from. I really, really do. I'm not like the biggest fan of these banners, but keep in mind, again, we go over here and kind of look at like what this banner is offering, right? So they are obviously all of the multis guaranteed SSRs. That's nothing new. This is not 2017 or something. So, but again, the same featured versus unfeatured rate. And then, of course, the guaranteed slot has that 95% non-featured rate, right? So, and then the 5% featured. So, the top half of this banner is pretty good, I would say. So, you have AGL UI, who is head and shoulders, honestly, kind of by like a very, very wide margin from what I can tell, the best unit in the game. He really does seem, I haven't even used him yet, but it just seems pretty evident to me that he is pretty damn good. So you've got him. This is the Gohan and Piccolo unit, the banner unit that comes along with him. Pretty cool, right? That they finally introduced a dual Gohan and Piccolo unit. However, incredibly restrictive to the Reps of U7 team, and honestly, not really a ton of room for them on that team. So if you're starting fresh, like fresh account, you know, certainly that could be a pretty good pull for you. And certainly, yeah, they're good, and they're good, right? They are good, but they are pretty restricted. So moving on to LR Fizz Buhan, still like a top 10 unit. I am very, very much looking forward to pulling my first copy of LR Fizz Buhan, because I will be summoning on UI Goku's banner, my own opinion, right? I'll be summoning on UI Goku's banner till the cows come home, right? So he's still a very, very good unit, does a lot of awesome shit, stacks attack, stacks defense. He heals, he has that active skill transformation, insanely good, right? AGL LR Gohan, essentially think of him as a very, very solid defensive stacker, right? Like he can, in the long event, man, he's God. You know, he can get up to 500, 600, 700,000 defense with a couple of dupes in him. He is really, really strong defensively. Unfortunately, in 99, and I'm not exaggerating, 99% of situations, you will not see his active skill transformation. Of course, unless you are going out of your way to get it, like if you're trying to showcase him or something like that, you just won't see it, right? You know, the active skill conditions themselves, you have to either be up against an android enemy or have an android ally on your team. I mean, you guys know the restrictions, right? And then, of course, 58% HP or less. It's stupid as fuck, right? It's so stupid. And to maximize his passive, you have to have a Super Saiyan Goku, not only on the same team, but on the same rotation with him. Just very, very, honestly, like, not very good. He's obviously good, but, like, he's not really all that good because you never see Super Saiyan 2. So just think of him as a very good defensive stacker, right? So still good. And then we kind of get, well, and we'll go ahead and rope LR SS4 Goku in here. Of course, the 4-year anniversary unit. Still very, very good. Can still hold his own in the the difficult content. The God event, even he can hold his own with a couple of dupes in him. So, thing about him is he's been on a lot of banners, dude. On every Dual Dokkan festival that has come up, basically since the 4-year anniversary, he and Vegeta have been on it. So probably if as a Dokkan Global main, you're probably summoning on all of those Dual Dokkan festivals because they come along with tickets, right? So you probably have Goku with at least a dupe or 2 in him. If you don't, I mean, surely there's the player that does not have him and you really, really want him and stuff, but like, if you're an older player, you probably have 1 copy at least of him. So we kind of move on to the back half of the banner. STR Kaioken, man, as much as I have sung his praises, I think it's pretty obvious he's very weak defensively. And in today's meta, it is tough to be relevant when you struggle defensively. It just is, man. He doesn't... If only he raised defense, even for 1 turn on super attack, dude, he'd have just like a completely different tenor, right? It's such a shame, dude, because he's got such an awesome ability in that Spirit Bomb, and it's just like he's pretty much a liability to bring on teams. Fizz Beerus going to be very good with this AGL UI Goku, right? They're going to share Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, Godly Power. Very, very good. I mean, honestly, like, Fizz Beerus, if you're running AGL UI Goku, you want Fizz Beerus as your leader, right? Like, they're going to link up pretty well, especially with that Shocking Speed link, right? That is very, very cool. Fizz Beerus, dude, is top tier. Fizz Beerus is better than almost every other unit on this banner, except for maybe Buhan. I would honestly say that. I think I would honestly say that. In the right situation, in everyone's best situation, I think it's Fizz Beerus right after AGL UI. That's kind of wild, right? And he's the 5th, 6th, 7th unit on the banner. Moving on, though, we have Int Super Saiyan 2 / Super Saiyan 3 Goku, man. He's actually pretty good. I have him rainbowed, so, like, not very useful for me to pull copies of him, but for a lot of you, again, he's another unit who's really started to show up on quite a few banners. He's been on at least 4 that I can, at least 3 or 4 he's been on. Not counting his own banner, his first banner, right? So he's been on quite a few. Again, pretty much every Dual Dokkan Fest, they slap him and Vegeta on it, right? So, Int UI Goku. Int UI Goku, man, he becomes one of the top ECAs in the game in part 2 of the celebration, right? Int UI Goku, man. If you pull him and you do not have him rainbowed, that's a very, very good pull. If you want to argue that he's better than Beerus, I'm not gonna fight you on it, right? And then of course, Int Frieza, Int Golden Frieza, definitely the kind of what I always call the stinker of the banner, right? I don't know when he's getting his ECA. Probably within the next calendar year, but like if you pull copies of him, I mean, you're really playing for the long game, right? So like to me, like he's not useful to me at all, right? I have everything on this banner rainbowed except for like the first 4 units, right? So, I don't know, man. Again, it's going to come down to the contents of your box. And then, of course, keep in mind on these particular banners, you are getting tickets. And I didn't even mention that on the other banner, right? But like we are getting tickets. Like we're getting 66 tickets throughout the celebration. And pretty much like the first day of part 3, we'll get that last ticket. We'll have 65 out of 66, and then we'll go ahead and get that last ticket on like, again, the first day of the part 3 of the celebration, and we'll be able to do that multi for free. So factor that into your decision as well. But let's look at Let's look at Int Evolution Blue Vegeta, and I'll kind of give my final verdict. So again, kind of the same deal. I don't need to go over I don't need to go over the detail specifics of the summoning of the banner. Like we know the 5% featured, unfeatured, 95% unfeatured, blah, blah, blah. So you look at Int Evolution Blue Vegeta's banner, right? So you have, again, these first 4 or 5 units, man. Pretty good. I would even say the first 6 units, man. Pretty effing good. So Int Evolution Blue Vegeta, widely considered by most as the 2nd best unit in the game. I'd probably, I mean, we'll see after I use him a bunch. Like, we'll see how I feel about it, but probably he is. And then you, of course, have 17 and Gohan, right? 17 and... Gohan, wow. 17 and Golden Frieza is what I meant to say. So 17 and Golden Frieza. Again, pretty good, but limited to the category, right? Rep CU 7. I mean, pretty cool. Like, he's new. He's got some really, really sick card art and animations and stuff. STR Vegeta, man, a unit that has come under some heavy fire lately, right? Because he's not really all that good transformed in the God event. He's actually really, I would say he's just not good in that event. He's not really, unless you have like a Whis active or something, like he takes way too much damage. So if you've got a Rainbow Link level 10, sure, maybe he could be effective in there, but I think in any other situation, dude, he's gonna get pummeled. And even when he's Rainbow Link level 10, from what I have seen, he gets fucking pummeled in the God event, right? So, but Goku and Vegeta, man, almost a perfect unit, right? They are basically a perfectly designed unit with their damage reduction, raising defense on Super. I love that unit, right? I'm not trying to talk shit about it, but Transform Vegeta, man, he's just not good in the God event. In LR Cell, a unit that I would say at this point, people understand his greatness because he's got that big bad bosses link, dude. And you get him next to another Cell, absolutely GG's, right? He is very good. I still really like in LR Cell. He's going to be good for a long time. STR Vegeta, unfortunately, I like this unit, of course. You know, I've got him Rainbow Link level 10 and stuff. He's very good at the top end, like when you get all of his passive active. But him raising defense on his 18 key only definitely hinders him a lot. It's just going to make him a lot less viable than Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? So, and then Kefla. Kefla is a unit that has not been on too many banners. I believe only on one banner since her initial banner, right? I believe so. It could be two. But I know that I only have one dupe in her, right? So I believe that she's only been on the one additional banner. Was it on Bojack's? What banner was she on? Was it Bojack's banner? I think so. Maybe. Maybe. I don't remember. But then you have Tech Hit. We all know, dude, Tech Hit is absolutely fucking fodder. There's no telling when he's going to be getting his EZA. Tech Vegeta, very good. I tend to prefer him a little bit over Goku, but Goku is still very strong. This guy can guard, and he can be super effective against all types, right? So he's Gogeta and he's Janemba if you get him 6 key spheres. So he's quite good. AGL Evolution Blue Vegeta is going to be incredible with his EZA. Right now, he's kind of just like, okay. And then Fizz MVP 17, right, he's going to change the game when he gets his EZ. But right now, he's just kind of like pretty good, right? He's still a pretty good support unit. So guys, overall, just keeping in mind what I mentioned. So these banners, when you summon with stones, you of course get a corresponding number of tickets. I believe it is 3 per multi-summon. You don't get any tickets with singles. Do not rip singles on these banners. And of course, these are buy 3, get 1 free. So for every 150 stones you spend, you are actually getting, how many stones is that actually worth? So of course, you're getting 50 free stones with the free multi. But then you get 9 tickets, which is basically a multi, right? So a little shy of a multi, and they definitely do that on purpose, right? So a little shy of a multi. So essentially it's like 45 stones. I mean, to me, I don't know. To me, guys, this is my own opinion. You are getting a vastly better value if you are summoning on these Dokkan Festival exclusive banners, and I don't even think it's really close. And then consider it, exact banner we are going to get for free. Like literally the copy and paste banner we are getting for free toward the end of the anniversary. So if you can wait, if you can be patient and just collect your tickets, you can get this thing for free. I mean, it's just that simple. I don't know. To me, especially if you have a lot of stones saved up, go ahead and rip 250 up. If you've got like 4 or 5,000 stones or something, sure. What is 250 stones to you? You're still probably going to pull both LRs with dupes, right? But if you're kind of like me and you don't have that many stones saved up, if you're balling on a budget, that kind of thing, I would avoid it. I really would. I really would. It's gonna feel really good if you pull Turles. It's gonna feel really good you pull UI Goku, and you can tell me I'm wrong when you tweet me and stuff like that. But to me, the value is just so high on those Dokkan Festival banners, even with the sort of lacking. Again, the banners, as they say, have aged, and they have. I do agree with that. So we will see what happens. Let me know what you're gonna do in the comments below. Slap a like if you enjoyed this video, and of course, consider subscribing if you happen to be new. I love all of you guys. Thank you for your support. It legitimately means the world to me. If you decide to hop in, man, I hope you pull every unit that you want. Good luck in your summons. I hope all of you rainbow both LRs, and I will catch you in the next one. And there's going to be a lot of next ones. Later.